Have you ever had a dream from God, and that dream repeats several times in a row? And you might be wondering what that could mean. That's what I'd like to explore with you in this video. Hello, my name is Jeremy, and I'm a dream enthusiast. And to talk about recurring dreams, I'd like to look at the story of Pharaoh in Genesis with you. In chapter 41, he has a dream where there are 7 fat, beautiful cows being eaten by 7 other cows, thin and very ugly. Pharaoh will also have a dream of 7 ears of grain, full, beautiful, being eaten by 7 other ears, empty and thin. And at that moment, he seeks to know the interpretation of these dreams. And Joseph comes and says something that will be relevant for us to understand dreams. And he will say in the chapter, around 25, Joseph said to Pharaoh, around verse 25, Joseph said to Pharaoh, 41, verse 25. What does that mean? This means that if you receive a dream from God that repeats, it doesn't mean that the symbolism is repeating, but the event repeats. You can have dreams that don't look alike in their symbolism, in what you see, in what you perceive. But the message, the event that unfolds, is the same. And for God, it's the same dream, but it's not the same symbolism. And he will continue. After explaining the dreams to Pharaoh, he will say in verse 32, if Pharaoh has seen the dream repeat, it means that the decision is firm on God's part and that he will implement it quickly. 2 keys here. If you receive recurring dreams from God, it means that God is firm in his decision. On the other hand, we see in this passage that God will provide solutions through Joseph so that the famine can be endured. And if you have recurring dreams about your calling, your destiny, what God wants to do, know that God is firm in his decision. If you too are firm in your decision to follow Jesus. And the second point is that he will implement it quickly. We don't know how long. There is a gap between the moment when Joseph gives this interpretation and the moment when the 7 years of abundance begin. The chapter starts right with the 7 years of abundance, but it explains to us that Joseph traveled all over Egypt. He also had to build his granaries. So, we don't know. On the other hand, what we do know is that Joseph also had dreams that repeated, but not with the same symbolism. He had dreams where sheaves were bowing down before him, where stars were bowing down before him, the moon, the sun were bowing down before him. It wasn't the same symbolism, but it was one and the same event. And we know that at that moment, while he gives the interpretation of the recurring dream to Pharaoh, God is fulfilling the dreams that have repeated in Joseph's life. And it took 13 years. 13 years in God's school. 13 years where he learned from God. Between the ages of 17 and 30, I want to tell you that if you have recurring dreams, God is firm in his decision to fulfill them, and he will do it according to his timing in his school of transformation processes so that you can handle what he teaches you. I hope this video has blessed you. Feel free to share it with those around you. If you haven't done it yet, feel free to download the explanatory guide on the top 5 dreams. It's completely free. And with that, be blessed.